What is up y'all, Nimitsu here, and I am back with another Genshin Impact video. For today's video, I am going to be talking about these items. These items are called Northlander prototypes, but as of version 1.1 onwards, they were changed to Northlander Billets. In case you don't know what these items do, these items are what you use in order to craft the craftable weapons you find in the blacksmith. These are incredibly useful items because you can make copies of weapons that you like, or for refinements, or for characters that don't have any 4-star weapons. These are especially essential for free-to-play characters since most of their weapon choices will come from these craftable weapons. Everybody knows that spending it on the weapon banner is quite a waste when you can have a bunch of waifus and husbandos. Now these weapons only drop on Trounce domains, better known as the weekly bosses. And as of version 1.5, there are already 4 weekly bosses. Now with that information, one can only assume that you can get 4 of these items in 1 week. But that isn't true. That's because the prototype items drop rate are incredibly low and you can go on for weeks or even months without getting a single prototype drop. And I can say that from experience because I have 2 world level 8 accounts, and back in the day when I had my first account reach AR 50, for 2 months I didn't get any prototype drops, and I was very sad because I thought they were going to be guaranteed on the last domain level. Anyways, this video isn't only about what these items are, but also about how I got 8 in 11 weeks. Now I know that completely contradicts what I previously said, but that's because I did an 11-week experiment for these items. Now, before I show you what happened during the experiment, let me explain to you how this was conceptualized. I was basically inspired by a video, the link will be down in the description below, that said world level 1 is the sweet spot for prototype drop. As someone who already had 2 world level 6 accounts at this point, I didn't know how to replicate it. But I wanted to try it anyways, and I realized that domain levels could be an equivalent for world levels. So I decided to use my second account, which was only AR 45 during that time. Now, originally, Storm Terror was the only boss that I would record and see if I could get any drops from. But something happened on week 1 that made me include all 3 bosses. Yeah. Week 1 drops. And we didn't get any on week 1. Okay, so this is still week 1, and as you can see in the screen right now, I have a prototype claymore prototype sword after I defeated Boreas. As you can see, I didn't get anything from Storm Terror. However, I did get a prototype from Andreas, which was extremely rare because I was already world level 6 during this time. Sadly, I didn't get anything from Tartaglia though, that's why I wasn't able to record anything from him. Now, it was during week 2 onwards that I decided to record all 3 bosses and see if I get any drops from them. This was my farming method. Domain level 40 Storm Terror, world level 6 Boreas, and domain level 80 Tartaglia, which was later switched to domain level 90 around week 5 because I reached AR 50 at that point. And here is how week 2 went. As you can see, I'm just smashing through everything, not getting a single prototype drop. So I moved on and waited another week and proceeded with the same farming method during week 3. I started with Storm Terror, didn't get anything. I went to Boreas and I didn't get anything. But then I went to Tartaglia, and after a grueling fight because I still didn't have any good artifacts, I was blessed with another prototype. And because of this, I hypothesized 2 things. The first hypothesis was the drop rates are stacked between weekly bosses. So basically, if I started from Storm Terror with the highest drop rate, I guess in this case, it will stack with Boreas and it will stack with Tartaglia. Second hypothesis was if I try to imitate world level 1 situations, I will get one prototype every 2 weeks. Or rather, the drop rate for prototypes, if I try to imitate that situation, will be one every 2 weeks. And then week 4 came, and I didn't get anything again. As you can see here, I smashed all 3 bosses, and I didn't get anything. But during week 5 was somewhat of a miracle. I still did the same method, Storm Terror first, and then I went to Boreas, and lo and behold, I got a prototype. Now, at this point, I thought my first hypothesis was right, that it stacked between bosses. But then, I went to Tartaglia, smashed him, and got his rewards, and I got another prototype. So, it looks like the second hypothesis is more proven at this point. So, I decided to try and see if I can cheat the system. During week 6, 7, and 8, I tried to cheat the system. This is because I thought my second hypothesis was more correct than the first one, that I will get a prototype after each week that I try and imitate a world level 1 situation. Basically, I tried to do world level 1 situations during week 6 because during the second week, which is week 7, I thought I'm gonna get a prototype from each of the bosses. But sadly, this didn't go as planned. Both week 6 and week 7, I didn't get a single prototype. And this was even true for week 8 because I also tried this on week 8 because maybe, just maybe, my chances of getting a prototype every 2 weeks was actually resetted. So I decided to do it on week 8 as well. But as you can see, I didn't get anything. So, during week 9, I decided to go back to the original experiment. And lo and behold, during week 9, I finally got a prototype from Storm Terror. This was a huge moment because not only did I get a prototype, but I got it from Storm Terror. The point of this experiment was to see if I could get a higher chance if I tried lower domain levels, because that's what's equivalent to world level 1. And so I was more motivated during week 10 and 11. During week 10, I didn't expect to get any prototypes. That's because on this experiment, I always got the prototypes on the odd numbered weeks. 1, week 3, week 5, except week 7 because I was dumb and decided to deviate from the experiment, and from week 9. So during week 10, I wasn't expecting a prototype, but by some miracle, I got a prototype from Andreas himself. And it was also at this point that I decided to stop the prototype experiment during week 11 because the week after that was during 1.5 release. And so week 11 came along and I did the same exact farming sequence. And during week 11, I was not able to get a drop from Storm Terror. However, it was as if I experienced some sort of deja vu that I not only got one prototype drop from Andreas, but also another one from Tartaglia. And this is how I got 8 prototypes in the span of 11 weeks. In conclusion, I managed to make something crazy work. I don't know if my first hypothesis is right about the drop rates being stacked between bosses, and I don't know if my second hypothesis is right as well, that if you try to recreate world level 1 situations, you will most likely get one prototype every 2 weeks. It was also around week 11 that I decided to search what are the real drop rates for these prototypes. And I found this Reddit post that will be linked in the description below that basically showed crowdsourced information of the chances of getting a prototype. And I honestly was shocked because it made sense why it was working on world level 6. It made sense why it was working with Tartaglia's domain level. But it didn't make sense with Storm Terror's domain level because I obviously got one on the lowest domain level, and it says here that it was 0%. So I don't know if my experiment has proven anything, but basically this is how my experiment went, and this is why I've been gone from YouTube for 2 months. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope this explains why I've been gone for 2 months. This video took a very long time to make, and I didn't stream any of this because I usually do my weekly bosses on Sundays, and that's one of my off days. I only stream during Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Facebook followers prove that, but now I have switched to Twitch. Okay, I now stream on Twitch, guys. That's where I've been for the past 2 months. That's why I've been gone on YouTube. I've been streaming. I've been grinding on Genshin. I've been experimenting a lot on Genshin. That's what I've been doing. So if you guys want more content from me, please make sure to follow me on my Twitch as well if you want. The link will also be down in the description below, or I could just show you guys right here. Twitch.tv/Nimitsu023. Once again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a like if you find it enjoyable or informative, because this is just me showing that I'm probably a lucky bastard on this game. And if you want more content from me, subscribe on my YouTube channel, because I will do some stream highlights in the future and some more Genshin Impact content, basically. I've been very enjoying the game so much. But as always, y'all, stay safe and stay childish. Bye bye!